hear you all. Are you there?
Yes, Judge, I can hear you.
Okay. All righty.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and call it, please.
In cause number 2020-0D0-0513, State of Texas versus Isaac Diseño. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Parra, you're muted.
Thank you, Judge. We're ready as well, Your Honor, although it was my understanding that this was looking to be dismissed as per my last conversation with Ms. Rago. I'm still not sure if that's the case.
So just for purposes of the record, Mr. Briceño is appearing remotely. It looks like he's still connected to audio, so we'll just give him a second. Looks like he's connected. Mr. Briceño is appearing remotely. Ms. Rago, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Your Honor, so there technically is a P file, and we were hoping to resolve it with everything. The arrest was in July. I sent an email on October the 7th asking what the status was. I received an email on October the 7th that it was in screening. I sent a follow-up email yesterday asking if we have a jury trial date. I haven't gotten a response. I've contacted the victims. I've tried to set up 3 pretrials with one of the victims, which is Mr. Munoz. That was on 8/25/2021. He was supposed to come in and he never showed up. We rescheduled a week later. He didn't show up again. I requested another contact on Monday and he didn't show up, Your Honor. Ideally, we're going to resolve it when this case gets indicted, which is the P file, Your Honor.
What is the P file? What's the charge?
It's possession of a controlled substance, PG2, less than a gram, which is a state jail.
Okay, so Mr. Parra, I don't know what you want to do here. I mean, if maybe I don't know if what we're waiting for is the new case and wholly anticipating a dismissal. I have panels this week, so I don't know if you're going to rely on that or want to proceed forward. I don't know what the state will do at that time. I'm not hearing they're dismissing it now, so it's your call, Mr. Parra.
Well, Your Honor, even if it does get indicted, I would have to do my diligence and, of course, explore any kind of a defense, Judge. Not to mention, given how long it's been, I'm sure there's some motions that Mr. Briceño might authorize us. We filed in the meantime to try to get that disposed. I think we're ready. I think it's been clear that the witnesses don't want to participate. I believe, also by way of the Brady material that's been provided to us with respect to at least one of those witnesses. Judge, I'm not sure that this is it's the most triable case for the state, frankly, but we're ready to go if we need to.
So let me just double check. So I see we have jury selection starting on Thursday, but let me check what you all were scheduled for, because I believe we had a case that was specially set that we were anticipating. So you all are not actually set until the 23rd. So how many panels do we have? 2 panels on the 23rd? Is that what it is?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. So we had Commissioner's Court on Thursday, I think. Okay. So I have our panels. Mr. Parra's ready. And so we'll get Mr. Parra the jury sheets, Mr. Marufo, and then go from there. If something changes, Ms. Rago, I'm sure we'll hear from you. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
On the bus. Do you need anything from us, Mr. Parra? Nothing outstanding?
Not with respect to this case, Judge, just eventually when the jury sheets are ready.
Okay, we'll get them to you and see what happens. Mr. Briceño, just get in touch with your attorney, okay?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much. Okay, who's next?
Mr. Gama, Your Honor.
On page 6, Judge,
Mhm.
in cause number 2019-0D0-3525, State of Texas versus Bryant Gama. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Manuel Parra, Your Honor, for Mr. Gama, also ready.
So I have notated here, we're here for a probation status hearing. He is in custody, correct? He's doing that order.
He finishes his ACOP tomorrow, Your Honor.
Yeah, I thought it was very close to being on the line. I reviewed probation's updated case summary and the recommendation. The recommendation there, of course, is for him to resume probation and have monthly UABAs. I think that the jail commitment was the sanction, Other than that, we're good to go. What I did not notate is whether the motion is still pending, Carla.
I believe it was left pending, Your Honor,
Okay,
but we would request it be dismissed, given his having done the ACOP time, Judge. And we also wanted to make sure that there was nothing else causing his detention, whether a warrant that Your Honor had set out or anything like that, Judge.
let me see who's here. Is it Miss Melendez?
Yes, Judge.
You can look into the jailing maybe and tell me if there's anything else holding him. You know, at first I was kind of thinking, well, you know, we'll go to a probation status hearing 60 days out, Mr. Parra, and then I'd look at the motion then. But Carla, do you see any issue? I feel comfortable. Basically, this jail commitment was the sanction. He's got time to complete and be compliant. And if he's not, then we start fresh and we have new violations, things like that. And if he straightens out, then we're good to go. Are there any issues, Carla, that you see?
Your Honor, the only thing that was pending was for him to start the BIP, which obviously after he completes his ACOP days, we would ask that he enrolls and completes the BIP program, which he hasn't done. In addition, I know in the past there had been confusion that Mr. Gama was allowed to be traveling for work or he was traveling. As per the officer, and I reviewed as well, there was no indication that he was allowed to be traveling. However, if that comes up and we will ask the court in the event that he does request permission that the court allows him when we get there. But just
So this is how I do remember, is this, he works for like an ice company or something like that?
Correct,
Yes,
Judge.
in Mexico. I know
Yeah,
we've
you did grant permission.
several times and I want this to be clear. So a couple of things. We are going to have a probation status hearing in 60 days. Mr. Parra, he will, as part of his conditions, he has to enroll in BIP within those 60 days. So if he wants to really, get on the ball and already has a class under his belt or whatever, great. But that'll be a condition, has to be at least enrolled within 60 days. He will have permission to travel with the understanding that he provide probation ahead of time, those things. So at least 48 hours ahead of time, you know what, if they send him to, I don't know where, Deming, or I don't know what, as long as it's for work purposes, he will have that permission. But he
Your Honor,
doesn't.
should there be a work order that comes up that doesn't allow for a 48-hour notice, Judge? I mean, 48 hours seems like it might be kind of restricting. Would you allow 24 hours?
I mean, is that how it works? How does his employment
I'm not
work?
sure, Judge. I just see it as foreseeable as that at some point he might have a delivery that he isn't able to get notice of that would allow for a 48-hour notice.
I think 48 hours is good. If we see it's a problem, he communicates that to probation. I don't want to be in the realm of, well, I thought this or I thought that. It is on him. I want the responsibility to be on him. I am very cognizant of, having to, keep your job, do what you need to do. But I don't know that he's shown that initiative or responsibility in having to comply. He's just kind of like, well, I can do it. It's for work. So what? And I don't want to be there. I want him to understand that he is under these conditions and it's his responsibility to do that. So we'll start with that. And at 60 days, a ver cómo nos va. If we have a lot of issues, then, we'll look at whatever issues there are.
Okay, Judge.
What I mean is like, complications for work for him and all that stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
How is he doing it right now that he's doing his jail time? I mean,
That they're holding the job open is my understanding, Judge. As of last week, he still had that available to him.
is he on work release? I thought it was on work release.
You didn't allow work release, Judge. No, ma'am.
Okay, so he's been doing them consecutive. Okay, all right, definitely we'll work with him as long as he's compliant, Mr. Parra. So
Understood.
Carla, let's go ahead and or Myrna, let's just go ahead and set a probation status 60 days out. If we have any issues, feel free to come back to the court.
Are we leaving the motion open at this time?
No. If he messes up, he'll mess up and we'll have a new set of allegations. So, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Parra. Is that all you have?
It is, Your Honor. May I be excused,
You may. Thank you.
Judge?
Who's next?
Top of page 7, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2020-0D03218 State of Texas versus Elogio Moreno. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state, states ready, Your Honor.
Ruben Ortiz on behalf of Mr. Moreno.
Okay, Mr. Marufo, did Mr. Moreno check in?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Final hearing plea deadline, Ms. Rago, what's the rep?
Your Honor, it's loading. I apologize.
Okay, that's a good
It's like the spinning death circle that's going on right now.
Why don't I even see him? Let me see. Oh, gosh. There he is.
It's still loading, Your Honor. I apologize. I'm not really sure what's happening with my computer.
Okay.
That's because it's trying to spit out a dismissal recommendation, Your Honor. It's having trouble.
You know, I wouldn't know that the world was right unless Mr. Ortiz was asking for a dismissal.
Your Honor,
I love the consistency. I love the consistency. All right, Mr. Moreno, go ahead.
Based off of memory, it's still loading. I had met with the victim. This was about 2 weeks ago. I scheduled a pretrial with her last Wednesday. She canceled. I scheduled a pretrial with her on Monday. I rescheduled a pretrial with her Wednesday, and so we'll have a response to the court by Thursday morning if she shows up for a resolution, Your Honor.
Okay, so be ready for trial. We'll get you, well, unless you have something else, Mr. Ortiz, I didn't want to.
Yes, I do, Your Honor. There's only one issue. I just got off the phone with Teresa Caballero. I don't know if you noticed, but she did an entry not that long ago on this case, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been working on the case, her and I. The only thing, Judge, is I just got up. She'll be here in town. She's out of town right now. She's overseas right now, and she'll be here sometime Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be really jet lagged, Your Honor, for the trial. I think we have a trial Friday, right?
When was her entry? June 13th. And this case has been set, let's see, since July 14th, right? So.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we've asked for a continuance on this case yet, Your Honor.
Yes, you asked for a continuance at least twice.
Okay. All right, Judge. Then, I just got off the phone with her, and she did. She's going to file a motion to continue based on the fact she just got on the case back in June, I guess. She's out of town right now. Whatever you guys want to do, that's fine.
Well,
I'm just letting the court know. And if we do ask for a continuance, it'd be a short one. It wouldn't be long, just because she is out of town and she's going to be barely coming in from out of town on Thursday.
So we are scheduled for jury selection on Friday. We have two panels, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. So to what extent she's involved with your jury selection, so be it. I'm not having another hearing before then, so we'll see you on Friday morning. Okay. Is there
okay, Judge? When will we get the,
today.
I know.
Well, I say today, and I'm assuming Mr. Marufo already has them. Do you already have the jury sheets, Mr. Marufo?
Victor will send them this afternoon, Judge.
Okay, as soon as we get them, we'll send them over.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Rago, was there a rec?
Yes, Your Honor, it finally loaded. It's 10 deferred.
Okay, all righty, thank you so much. Mr. Ortiz, do you have someone else? Do you have another client this morning?
I don't think so, Judge. Mr. Vallepando is reset for 30 days.
Okay, yeah, I just needed the order on that one. We're good to go on that one. Okay, thank you so much, Ruben.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Take care. Who's
Bye-bye.
next?
You too. Bye-bye.
Back on page 6, Judge, bottom of page 6. In cause number 2021-0D02928, State of Texas versus Kim Hookendorn. Announcement on council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state, states ready, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jose Montes for Kim Hugendorn.
Okay, final hearing plea deadline. Ms. Rago.
The rec was 2 to do or 5 AP.
Okay,
Your Honor, if Ms. Raul could send me the plea papers, we can set it up for a plea on the probation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Montes.
Thank you, Ms. Raul.
how quickly can you send those, Ms. Rago?
I'm going to try by the end of the day, but we'll see. We have a big docket. Sometime tomorrow. Worst comes to worst.
How
Judge,
quickly-
if I can jump in, Judge, I can prepare those and send those out
Okay.
in the meantime.
What I would like to do is have this reset for Thursday so we can have the plea completed by Thursday. Mr. Montes, is your client, did she check in, Mr. Marufo?
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Yes, Judge, and she's in the waiting room too.
Oh, well, let's bring her in. Mr. Marufo, when we have defendants that are here for their cases, especially on final hearing plea deadlines, they need to be present.
Yes, Judge.
There she is, Judge.
Mhm. I think she appeared last time too, right? Or at our last hearing?
She tried, Judge, and she had some technical difficulties.
Okay,
She's been very sick.
yeah, it looks like she may not know how to connect to audio. If she does, I'll give her a second if she does. Just so you can let her know that we need to kind of,
She keeps very good contact with me, Judge. She's okay.
okay. I don't know if she's gonna log in, so I'll just rely on you, Mr. Montes.
Thank you, Judge.
If you'll give her a call right now, because I'm going to remove her. I am going to reset the final hearing plea deadline for 11 a.m. on Thursday. That is flexible, Mr. Montes. If we do it, we will do it in person. And so.
Judge, I don't know if she's able to, remember, this is the lady who has an amputated leg, and she's had some serious medical issues.
Is she mobile in any way? Like, would she be able to go down to the police center at all?
That's what I'm gonna check into, Judge, and I can let you know.
I'm just gonna reset the final hearing plea deadline for 1 week. Okay, if you
Thank you,
can kind of go with the idea of having her appear from the police center. And then whatever that requires, or even the court, whatever it requires, if you need more time, then let us know.
Thank you, Judge.
Do 1 week, okay.
May I be excused?
You may. Who's next?
Damien, thank you, Ms. Rago.
Thank you.
Bottom of page 6, Judge.
Uh-huh.
In cause number 2021-0D02293, State of Texas versus James Edward Horner. Announcement of council, please.
Kent Sutton for the state, ready, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And Joseph Vasquez for Mr. Horner, Judge, and we're ready.
And Mr. Horner is, or was appearing remotely, I don't know. There he is. Okay, we're set for a final hearing plea deadline. Mr. Sutton, what's the rec?
It's a plea to Class A misdemeanor. I reduce it to a Class A misdemeanor. $800 fine, 60 hours community service, 24 months probated. That's it.
Mr. Vasquez?
Judge, I sent the state some information. I guess the person who sold my client the truck made an admission that he gave my client permission to sign the documents that my client is being charged for on these cases. And I don't believe the state has a case. We'll be ready for trial. And Ken, I'll call you, and I've been trying to call. I guess I've been asking for the wrong person in your office and leaving the messages with the wrong person, but I'll call you so that we can talk about it. I don't know if
Sure.
you've seen what I've sent.
I did, and my response to that is, I'm not so sure that's what he's gonna, we have a different statement from him. I'm not so sure that's what he's gonna say when he takes a stand under oath. And number two, there are 2 counts. And one of the counts doesn't involve in that gentleman's name being forged, so. But yeah, I'll be happy to talk to you about it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm not gonna bring you all back. If there is some disposition other than trial, you can let us know before Friday, but we'll send you all the jury sheets. We have 2 panels on Friday. Okay,
Your Honor, can I ask one question? Should
Yes, sir.
I ask my witnesses to be here Friday afternoon or Monday morning?
I would say Monday morning as much as I'd like to say Friday. Their panels, I don't know. Do we have numbers even, Mr. Marufo, on our panels? How many we have?
We have scheduled 60 in the morning and 60 in the afternoon, Judge.
Okay, but we don't have an update. Like if it's, we've asked for 60, but they're really like 52 or 47, anything like that.
I just sent him a text message and I'm just waiting on his reply, Judge.
So we've requested 60 per panel. I mean, I don't know, this is may or may not elicit too much response from that jury panel. So if we did, so the uncertainty, we start on Monday, Mr. Sutton.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Vasquez, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you all be here on Friday morning if you don't have anything worked out. Thank you, Mr. Horner. Get in touch with your attorney. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You all may. Who's next?
Bottom of page 7, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2022-0D0-0314, State of Texas versus Jose Saldivar. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Attorney Joseph Vita on behalf of the defense, Your Honor, ready to proceed?
Okay, on this case, final hearing plea deadline, I feel like it was a reset from last week. Is that not?
Yes, and we have a plea. We're going to be pleading out of CCR1 on both, on 2 cases, and this case is going to be dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay, when's that plea set?
It's going to be in a week or 2. We have the plea papers. I spoke to CCR1 yesterday. I think it's going to be next week.
Okay, are you telling me you don't really have a setting though?
We don't have an official setting. My client's coming in to sign the plea papers for CCR1, but I think we actually might have a setting if you want to look, because I spoke to CCR1 yesterday about it. They may have actually already scheduled it. I just don't know if they have put it in the system yet, but we already have something that was going to be set.
Your Honor, if this helps
I
you, there's a
spoke to
court status check in CCR1. This is today at 1:30, so they can get a setting.
I did speak to them yesterday, so they'll probably give it to me later today if they haven't. Melanie told me she was going to set it, so.
So we'll reset the final hearing plea deadline for Thursday.
This week?
Yes, so
Okay.
I think we reset it since last week. Whatever was going to get done should have
Right.
done. And we still don't have a setting and I don't have a disposition on those cases.
Well, we changed the way the plea was going to work. We were going to plead in this case to a misdemeanor, but we ended up saying he's going to plead to the 2 misdemeanors and dismiss this case, so we don't have to be in 2 different courts.
And Your Honor, they're all the same victim. So that's why we figured we'll just keep it together in the misdemeanor because it was going to get reduced down to a misdemeanor.
I understand, but it seems like we always have to wait for the misdemeanor. When we have these companion cases, the misdemeanor never seems to keep up with what you end up talking about here. And then we're looking at a trial, but the misdemeanor court is still working on a setting or anything like that. So.
Well, understood. We'll get a setting ASAP. If I get you that setting, do you think we can cancel the hearing? If I can get your court the setting?
We'll see you on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
I'll
you.
work on it. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Middle of page 6, Judge. In cause number 2022-0D0-3064, State of Texas versus Samuel Hernandez. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Judge. Jaime Olivas. We're ready on Samuel Hernandez.
Is Mr. Hernandez here?
I know that he was gonna get.
He's right there.
There is.
I'm sorry about that. I'm here.
That's okay. I just wanted to double check. Sometimes you're in the waiting room. And Mr. Hernandez is appearing remotely as well. We're scheduled for a review hearing. I have, I'm trying to check my notes, meaning I'm trying to read my own writing. I have a good PR report. So just so you know, Mr. Olivas, also for your client's benefit, because of the nature of the offense, the court does a review of your PR bond conditions. He has a monitor, Mr. Olivas.
I understand, Judge, and my understanding he's doing well.
I did receive a favorable report. What I'll tell you is, what kind of monitor do you have, Mr. Hernandez, or do you know Mr. Olivas?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I might not be able to hear you. Do you know Mr. Olivas, or who was?
The personal unit, Judge.
Oh,
I believe.
perfect. If it's the portable monitoring unit, that's fine. I did notice in doing the bond review that I showed 2 prior DWIs. Ms. Rago, was there a dismissal on that first one?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what I
Out
thought.
of 2008 and then the conviction in 2008 also, Your Honor.
Okay. So without independently looking right now at the bond order, please know, Mr. Hernandez, that if you do not have a valid driver's license or insurance, you may not operate a motor vehicle. Miss, is it Miss Melendez? Can you tell me on the PR conditions, does it mention anything about his driving?
Yes, Judge, let me look at that for you. It does state that he's not allowed to operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license and interlock and insurance.
Okay, so we have it indicted as a DWI with a child. So just make sure you're adhering to all the conditions of PR bond, Mr. Hernandez, and just check in, as your attorney will tell you, check in on the Mondays that you have hearings with our bailiff via Zoom, just like we're doing today. And then other than that, we should be good to go. Mr. Olivas, have any questions for me?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. You may.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next?
Bottom of page 5, Judge. In cause number 2020-0D02963, State of Texas versus Juan Arellano. Announcement of counsel, please.
Samantha Rock on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor.
Monique Velarde for defense. Defense is here.
Mr. Marufo, did we have any contacts, or Myrna, do we have any contacts from Mr. Arellano?
No, Judge.
So I'm assuming he didn't check in. Ms. Velarde, any luck since the last time? I mean, I saw the motion to withdraw, so has he contacted you, say, in the past 24, 48 hours?
Not in the past 48 hours. He does know, he knew about the hearing. I got quite the earful. That's how I know that he knew about the hearing today. This was about a week or so ago. We made sure to do what we usually do. We text, we sent emails, we let him know that he still needed to appear.
Did you inform him of your motion to withdraw, and did he receive a copy of that?
Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
How did he receive it?
Through email. As I mentioned, I have a program that he's connected to, that whenever I upload any documents from the court, for myself, from anything, he has access to those documents. We did talk about the motion to withdraw and the reason why I was withdrawing, which is where I got the earful from. And so he does know the situation.
Okay, so you spoke with him directly then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we've had a long history with Mr. Arellano. Just to make sure there's nobody in the waiting room, Mr. Marufo?
No, Judge.
Okay, so the motion to withdraw will be granted. Let me just pull this up. So Myrna, if you'll send me the order on that. What I would like to do though is set him, the warrant's outstanding. So let's go ahead and set him for about 6 months out, Myrna, just for a status hearing. Yeah, just for status, and
Yes,
see if we have any more information on him. But all right, thank you, Ms. Velarde. Monday.
Just to let you know really quick, he does know about the warrant. He does know about the outstanding warrant. He is currently on probation in Colorado. Yes, in Colorado. So he understands that there is a good chance that when he reports or whatever he is doing over there, that they will take him in on this case. So there may be a possibility that you see him sooner. To let you know. But
Let me ask you this. Does he have any updated contact information in your communications?
It's been the same with him and with his mother.
Okay. All right. Nothing's changed. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You'll have a good day.
You too. Who's next?
Judge, on page 7,
Mm-hmm.
we have a Mr. Perez Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a note that he does not qualify for an attorney.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does he speak English?
He didn't show up and he didn't call yesterday on Monday, Judge.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
In cause number 2022-0D0.
Is he here?
No, Judge.
Okay,
Sorry.
so maybe I'm misunderstanding. Is he in the waiting room?
No, Judge.
Okay. So there's warrants out for him.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's either gonna get picked up or he's gonna go hire an attorney and show up. I don't know. What did you want to call it for?
No, I apologize. I got it confused with another case, Judge.
Okay.
On page 3, Judge,
Mhm.
Ms. Blanca Flores, let me bring her in, Judge. She also didn't have an attorney all up until yesterday. Been trying to contact the public defender's office because it does show public defender's office assigned an attorney. And I haven't been able to get through, Judge. Ms.
Okay, Ms. Flores, just so, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Just so you know, the public defenders, I did not show you as having a court-appointed attorney on my docket, so I went ahead and appointed one. That is going to be someone from the public defender's office. There are a couple of attorneys within that office that are assigned to this court. So I don't have the number handy. You can either look up the public defender's office or call here to the court and get the information to contact them. They should have received the appointment yesterday. It might have been a little bit late in the afternoon, but I'm going to go ahead and refer you to them so that you can speak to them regarding your case. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I did already with them.
Oh, okay. So we will be going, she has future settings, right, Myrna?
Yes, ma'am, she does.
Okay, so please contact the public defender's office, Ms. Flores.
Okay.
Thank you very much for appearing.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
That's it for this morning, Judge.
Okay,